Obviously, you are a bit of a YouTube sensation. And by the way, guys, I'm also one of the followers of Walking Tall with G-Man. So just tell me a little bit about that. Was that sort of a natural outflow of the challenges that you faced, and also the fact that you are so sport crazy?
The point of Walking Tall with G-Man was I was going through a stage where I just finished an internship at VW. And I was a bit down because it ended, and I wanted to get in, obviously apply for a new job, and it was 7 months of waiting to applying and all this stuff. And there's the challenges of being with dwarfism. I couldn't get a one job because they wanted someone to drive various different cars and all that stuff. So instead of feeling sorry for myself and waiting for this opportunity, I decided to create something to, one, help benefit other people going through maybe some similar situation than me. So a friend of mine, originally I was going to do blog writing, and then a friend of mine said to me, my best mate said, why don't you create a YouTube channel or create videos about this? And I thought, okay, well that's something different. And then it all came into me of the thought of, now people can actually see me for who I am, recognize the challenges or the differences of having dwarfism, see my larger head and all that stuff, so people can relate to my story. And through that, I created the channel to help inspire and motivate other people to go out there and live their dreams, share personal challenges, and how I overcome them, and through that build an audience to help motivate people, which was the formation of Walking Tall with G-Man. And then through that also, I created the platform to share my sporting passion. So I could never play rugby because I was too small. So I decided to create this part of it as a review, predictions, to share my thoughts, because not everyone could be on the Supersport panel. So I created that vibe in order to allow me to express my own opinions and thoughts, because it's a sport that I love and wish I could play, but now I get the opportunity to talk about it. And through that I juggle between motivating people and then sharing the sporting passion all on my YouTube channel.
Fantastic. And the two kind of go hand in hand, right?
Yes, I do, because at the end of the day, if it's sport, I'm still positive. So even with the current Cricket World Cup, I mean, there's not much to be positive about. But I always try and bring out the unbiasedness of myself. If it's against two teams like South Africa versus the All Blacks, I always try and keep it equal between the two. So but it's like the sport and the motivational side.
Awesome. Now, Gareth, through this YouTube channel of yours, you've kind of become sort of, I wouldn't say an overnight sensation, but you're a bit of a YouTube sensation, and you've had some shout outs and some interviews with some very significant people. Can you share a little bit with us?
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey. The past 2 years, especially from the sporting side, it's taken off quite well. Not only in South Africa, I mean, I think my highest fan base is in the UK and Australia, New Zealand. So I've gotten to know quite a few people, though I've never met them, but you get to know the personalities through the comment section or through social media, people messaging me. And all through that, it took off. I mean, I went from 700 subscribers to 10,000 in over two years, which is quite a growth, and I'm extremely proud of it. And through that, I've gotten to meet some sporting celebrities, and like Kola Singer from Supersport.
Fantastic.
I mean, he came up to me the one day at the Southern Kings press conference, and he said, "Gareth, how are you? Nice to actually finally meet you."
Amazing.
So all these guys are seeing who I am. I mean, Springbok Rugby took a snippet out of one of my YouTube videos for an ad
fantastic.
when England toured South Africa. So, and that was on the big screen at all the stadiums.
Amazing.
I mean, Robbie Cruz from 5FM messaged me and said, "I've just seen your snippet on the big screen."
Fantastic.
And to being able to receive that, I mean, Eben Etzebeth did a shout out for me the other day. To get that has been really, really great, because it just shows that it's come a long way.
Absolutely.
And it motivates me to continue and to just do more in order to, I don't know, meet more public figures to help me along this journey as well.
Absolutely. And you know, also with what's happening with you, these sporting celebrities that's noticing you, some of the interviews that you've had,
Yes.
you are inspiring other young people or people with challenges to actually go out there and follow their dreams, right?
Exactly. I mean, there was a dwarf who came up to me, I think it was last year, and he said, how are you doing what you do? I said, simple, I'm just sharing the stories of the challenges that you go through as well as me.
Yes.
And I mean, he's got great stories of what he's done. I mean, there's a boy by the name of Joshua van Staden who's achieved Western Province colours in sport of disabilities. He's just received South African colours. He's got the opportunity to go represent the country. And I mean, I met him, funny, in a coffee shop, but I knew of him through his mom because they found me through my social media channels.
Fantastic.
And to hear those success stories is great. And I always said to him, go advertise it, go tell the world. And I mean, he's been on radio stations now too, because for more and more people to understand dwarfism and what we're all about, to let the world know that yes, we're differently able, but we're still unique at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Go out there and share your story to motivate other people.
Yes.
And that's my goal. I want to do it to help others do the exact same thing. So we're creating awareness.
Absolutely.
And I mean, the people that have come back and given me feedback, whether it's a person who's in a wheelchair or a person who's just studying for an exam, who's normal able-bodied, it's all those kind of things to help motivate them to take life to the next level.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yes.
Now, talking of radio, you've also had some radio interviews with some significant people. Would you like to let us in on some of that?
My first one, obviously, we started local with Kingfisher Bay FM. They were my first ones that ignited this whole drive to raise awareness in a different way.
Yes.
And through that, I got in contact with 5FM on the Roger Good show, and they invited me over, and we had an absolutely amazing interview sharing stories about that, and they were quite touched also about the cricketing story, because I know Robbie Cruz there is a big sports personality as well, and they were quite touched by that, to hear that I was told I couldn't, but then I proved wrong and I achieved the goal.
Absolutely.
And then just last year I was with Gareth Cliff on his breakfast show on Cliff Central's podcast. I mean, that was huge for me, because I mean, Gareth Cliff's so well known.
Yes.
And he's such a figure within South Africa. So I actually had to sit and think after those two interviews and realize what I have achieved.
Yes.
And where this journey has taken me, where it's still taking me. And those were really great for them to even come up to me and say, I wasn't aware of that. You don't think of the challenges you go through.
Absolutely.
Be it reaching for an ATM, for example, trying to get money. I made a video about that because I was quite upset with it, because the security, there's no security. And I sent the email straight through to the DA and a few trying to get high authorities, and through the DA Premier candidate, got me in touch with Musi, my money.
Yes.
And he replied back saying to me, keep doing what you're doing. This is definitely something we need to hear more of to raise awareness for. So, because not many people are taking care of people with disability. And
absolutely.
It needs to be a priority. I mean, we're all equal. We want equal opportunity.
Precisely.
So for me, I will raise my voice on that and try and get things heard.
Absolutely. And that's a wonderful thing that you're doing, by the way. We totally support that, and we totally support you.